we go.
Oh, come on. All right.
Hi. Welcome to another edition of the Breath of Fresh Air webcast on YouTube. Can't talk tonight, but bear with us. I'm Charles Taylor, and I have Patrick Brackett back with me. Say what's up, Patrick.
What's crappening, everybody? I got to shut the door.
Well, we have a lot to get to tonight, so let's get right to it, Patrick, and let's start with the playoffs that just started in Major League Baseball. So you had your two wild card games in the American League and National League. Of course, the Toronto Blue Jays won on a walk-off homer by Edwin Encarnacion to beat the Baltimore Orioles in 11 innings. And in the National League, the San Francisco Giants, behind Madison Bumgarner's 9-inning performance, that this dude's unreal in the postseason, apparently.
Unreal, right?
But they defeated the New York Mets and their ace, Noah Syndergaard, who was a beast in his own right. But the Giants were able to work those pitches, get Syndergaard out of the game, and they hit a home run. Connor Gillespie hit a home run off of Familia, the closer for New York. And they won 3-0. So we got the matchup set. In the American League, you have Toronto taking on Texas, and you have Boston and Cleveland going against each other. In the National League, you have the Giants going to Chicago to play the Cubs, and the other series has the Dodgers and Nationals. Now, Patrick, we're still good with the Rangers and Cubs going to the World Series, right? I don't think we really need to discuss that part of the equation, even though the Rangers got blasted today by the Blue Jays.
Well, yeah, look, the Rangers got blasted. It's a 5-game series, man. It's just, regardless of how bad you lose, how bad you win, man, it's still 1-0. You know, Toronto come off of they come off of a huge win, a huge high off of that. The Toronto and whoever the crap they played, Baltimore, yeah. They come off a huge win off of those. You know, I mean, they should be ready to play. Texas got this one out of their way, and now they're down 1-0. But hey, the score is 1-0. It doesn't matter if you win by 50, you lose by 50. The score is 1-0. I'm still good with Texas winning. They'll get it back together. I'm still fine with it. I'd still be worried about Boston. I mean, Cleveland's beating Boston right now, but like I said, it's 1-0. I'm not worried about it until it's game 5.
Right. So, like I said, since we're good with those matchups, who will they be playing? I guess is the question that we'll ask in the American League.
I think it's going to be Boston and Texas, dude. Beginning of the season, I picked Baltimore and Texas. Baltimore kind of fell apart there at the end of the season. Had a lot of struggles throughout the season. Things that probably shouldn't have happened, they happened. They battled a few injuries, but all in all, man, I mean, they had a great season. They just got put out by Toronto, and it happens. It's a piece of crap, one game play-in game, and it's a waste of time. It's a waste of game, and well, it wastes a pitcher for Toronto. But hey, look, they won tonight, so got to give Toronto a lot of credit for hanging in there and doing their thing. Boston and Cleveland, there's no excuses for these teams. They didn't have to play nothing, so they got to get it together. But I think Boston will win this one, and they'll probably win this one in 4, what I would have predicted anyway. And I think Texas will win this one in 5.
In the National League,
of course, I got Chicago winning theirs. I think Chicago is going to be. Wouldn't be surprised if I see a sweep in that one. But what is the games tomorrow?
They're all 4 of the series are playing tomorrow.
I mean, San Francisco's a good team with Chicago, and if Bumgarner gets another play, if he gets another chance, hey, dude, Bumgarner's 7-0 in the playoffs, dude. I mean, he's got a .5 ERA. He gets another chance, he'll probably prolong a series sweep. But I mean, Chicago's going to win. And then The one that, God, Washington and LA, dude. I'm probably gonna go with LA. And that's really not. I'm really not justifying this because I hate Washington.
It took you that long to think that the Dodgers were going to win the series as much as you hate Washington.
Well, and that's the reason why I'm saying I'm not basing this on because I hate Washington. I think LA is a better team. Washington is battling a couple of issues with pitching right now. So I think LA will take that, but I think LA will take it in 5.
All right. Well, yeah, I got the I have the Dodgers in 4. Look, I'm not sold on the Nationals at all. Period. Never been. And this is before they had their injury problems. Steven Strasburg again getting hurt. He was having a very good season this year, but he's hurt again. Now expected to pitch in the NLDS, and they lost Wilson Ramos too, their catcher. So that one. They're dealing with some things, but if the Nationals are supposed to be so good, like everyone has predicted they are, then they should be able to deal with these injuries, right? Well, I never thought they could anyway. Even if they were healthy, I would have picked them to probably lose in the first round anyway, because we've seen this from the Nationals before. The Nationals get all this hype, they do good in the regular season, and they may or may not make the playoffs because they didn't even make the playoffs last year, but they're in there this year playing the Dodgers, and I think there's something about that Dodger squad this year. Maybe call it the Vince Scully magic or something like that. But
I guess.
But yeah, I got the Dodgers winning in 4. I think they can steal a game in DC, come back to LA, put it away there in LA. The Cubs and Giants, it's an intriguing matchup because you know how the Giants are, even season, and if they get in the playoffs, they're very dangerous. They are going against a juggernaut of a team with the Cubs this year. And yeah, I'm gonna pick the Cubs too. I mean, I have them going to the World Series just like you do. But if it goes 4 or 5 games, wouldn't surprise me at all. I mean, the Giants, they're a team. They get into the playoffs. They know how to grind out some things, so they're gonna make the Cubs work. They can match them a little bit with the pitching. I mean, of course, anytime you have Bumgarner, that gives you a chance. But Johnny Cueto is a very good pitcher also. He's going in game 1 against John Lester. So they have the pitching to kind of match it with them. I don't know if they can score enough. I just think the Cubs lineup will eventually break this series open, and I think they'll win. I'll say 4-2. But it wouldn't surprise me if it did go 4 or 5 games, because I do have that much respect for the Giants in the playoffs if they get in. So
well, you always gotta have respect. I mean, like you said, you got Bumgarner, and I see Bumgarner is that he's that facto in the game. He has a .5 ERA. He's the one pitcher that I can see San Francisco, and I can say, scoring 2 runs would be enough. You know what I mean? Everybody else on that pitching staff, I mean, they're going to have to score 3 or 4 runs to win.
One run be enough for Madison Bumgarner.
Yeah, 1 run could be enough. So, I give him that 2 for that. You know, that setting. You know, when he gets a lead, he always has that. He plays deadly with that changeup, man. It's deadly, man. But he's a great pitcher in the playoffs. So he's that one pitcher that, you know, San Francisco doesn't have to score a lot of runs for him to win. So I got him in 4. Wouldn't be me personally. Wouldn't be surprised if this is a sweep by Chicago, because they do have that deadly lineup. And if Chicago can put some bats on balls, it's not going to matter who's pitching, even if it is Bumgarner. It's not going to matter. That's a very potent lineup, and they can score a lot of runs, and they can score a lot of runs in a hurry. So going 5 games, I'm actually going to be surprised if it goes 5 games. If it's a sweep, I wouldn't be surprised there. So I'm going to say Chicago in a sweep or Chicago in 4.
All right. In the American League, I have, I think Texas will win in 5. And if they were able to play Toronto, if they were going to play Toronto, this would be pretty tough for them. That Toronto kind of matches up well with Texas. And so that's where I say that matchup, that particular matchup would be one that could give the Rangers trouble. I do think they will pull it out at the end. The pitching obviously has to get better. I mean, Cole Hamels got destroyed. He got destroyed today.
Yeah.
It just so Darvish comes back with on Friday, and then the next game, if necessary, I mean, because Toronto does have the 1-0 lead. Game 3 will happen, and then we'll see after that. But I'm confident Texas will pull it together tomorrow and then get a game in Toronto, if not both. And if so, then they can come back home and put it away. So I'll pick Texas in 5. And the other series, I have Boston in 4. I'll go 4.
So you picked the same I picked.
Pretty much, yeah. I mean, I don't think we really disagreed too much throughout this season, but I mean, but Boston, I think the lineup, kind of the same thing with the Cubs and the Giants. I just think the lineup is too strong. It's too much for the Indians to handle. I almost said the Cavs. That's crazy, but but almost too much for the Indians to handle. The Indians have a good young roster there. Don't think they're quite ready for this moment to take over and challenge for a potential World Series berth. I think Boston they're one of those teams. Also very explosive. You know, they have a little bit of motivation with David Ortiz retiring at the end of the year, so they're gonna do everything they can to try to get him another World Series title if they can.
Mm-hmm.
I think they'll make it to the American League Championship Series at least. Of course, I got them losing to the Rangers.
Now let's play a little bit of devil's advocate here. You always got to. Let's say, just for example, I still have Texas. I'm still a huge believer in Texas. I think that they'll go to the World Series. But we got to play a little bit of devil's advocate. I'm not playing any devil's advocate in the National League. I don't see the point. But let's play a little bit of devil's advocate with Boston and Texas, and let's say Boston does win. I have to say that this would probably be one of the better series, is Boston versus Chicago. That would be an excellent series, watching those two teams go against each other.
Yeah. I mean, that I don't think it's too far to say that a lot of people, if you're talking about the general baseball fan and not anybody who's rooting for a team or anything like that, I think a lot of people would like to see that more than any of the other series.
Mm-hmm.
I think a lot of people would like to see the Red Sox and Cubs go at it. If that does happen, man, that could break some ratings.
Oh yeah, I think it would. I mean, that would top a lot of ratings, dude. And I think it would be a great series. I mean, I think Boston has a lot to bring to the table if they made it to the World Series. Potent lineups, I mean, dude, that's the one thing Chicago has. They have a great pitching staff and a potent lineup. Texas, great pitching staff, really, really, really good lineup. Boston, great lineup, pretty good pitching. So, I mean, the series between Boston and Texas is going to be a great one too. I mean, don't get it wrong. That one definitely will go 7. Chicago has the upper hand because they're going to go whoever they do. I mean, let's just say LA wins. Dude, that's a 4 or 5 game series tops. Washington wins. That's a 4 game tops. That's a sweep. So Boston and Texas are going to be beating the crap out of each other come AL championship time. So Chicago's going to get a couple of days more rest. I mean, I think Chicago has a straight line for it, but Boston and Chicago would be a great series. Texas and Chicago is going to be a great series, but it's definitely going to be interesting. I'll be watching that American League more than I do the National League. I just think Chicago has. I just don't know who's going to rise up and beat them. So,
personally, I think if they are going to get got, the Cubs, this would be the series. I think the Giants.
This is the only series.
The Giants scare me a little bit more than the other two teams because the Giants' experience in these situations. So that's why I said if they're going to get got, this would be it. If they can get by this, then I think it'll be pretty smooth sailing for them too. I don't see the Dodgers or the Nationals bringing too much to them.
And if they get got again, the only way they're going to get got after this, which I mean, me personally, I don't think they're going to. But if they're going to get gotten, it's going to be between Texas and Boston.
All right. Well, let's move on to college football here, Patrick. So, what are your takeaways from college football? Me personally, I got to start with Tennessee and Georgia because my pick to win the SEC just got crushed. It got crushed. I'm still not sold on Tennessee. I still think these are just dudes who are just skating by. But I will give Tennessee credit for this. These are games they would have lost last year. Somehow they're finding ways to win it this year. And I mean, you've had teams in the past, such as Auburn in 2013, who have had these miracle victories and have gotten to the national championship game. I don't think that's going to happen with Tennessee, but they're finding a way to win these games. Georgia did everything I said last week they should do. Simplify the game plan, play aggressive on defense, run the football. They did all that. You're just going to hold on. And apparently they don't know how to guard a Hail Mary.
Dude, all right, now can I say this? Do you see the questions I had in that defense?
No, because I still didn't know. I mean, no, I see where you're coming from. I do. I see where you're coming from with the questions. But in that case, dude, come on. I'm sorry. Miracle plays to me is just, I don't know. That's
Charles, is it a miracle play when there's nobody around him? That's just a defense, dude.
Still, I mean,
that's not a miracle play. That's just dropping defense, dude. You have one person, one, and all these Georgia players are just like circled around him. They're like, that's like an orange bonfire, and they're just sitting there chilling, trying to roast marshmallows. Nobody jumped for it. Nobody went for it. He's the only one that jumped. And then out of everybody that's going to jump, out of all the 6'9" people that's all around him in the back, there's one 5'2" that's going to try to jump. Come on, dude. It's breaking defense. It's not a miracle play.
It's a miracle play, Patrick. It's a Hail Mary. It's a miracle play. Look, why did they call it Hail Marys? I mean, why did they call it?
That's not a Hail Mary. It's a Hail Mary when there's defense.
Oh my God.
There's no defense, Charles.
Okay, so all right, so the Aaron Rodgers Hail Mary against the Lions last year. Were you calling that was a Hail Mary, right? That was a Hail Mary
because it was actually defense that tried to throw.
No, it wasn't. No, it wasn't, Patrick. That was exactly how it happened with the Georgia. They had dudes in the back. They had them chilling by the goalpost. And then dude got to jump and catch the ball clean. That's exactly what happened in the Tennessee-Georgia game.
Yes, he didn't catch those balls clean. Not in Green Bay, no. Nobody.
Yes, he did. That was a clean catch. Patrick, that was a clean
catch. Came back down, and everybody was like, where'd he come from?
Patrick. That was a clean catch in the Green Bay Detroit game. You can go back and look it up. That tight end caught it clean. He caught it clean.
He was touched, Charles. In that Georgia Tennessee game, not one person touched an orange jersey.
Yeah, no, that dude was touched. He just beasted everybody. He touched his arm, but it was just I don't know.
It's bad defense, man. Regardless of who it is, regardless of it being in the Green Bay game, regardless of it being in the Georgia game, it's bad defense. And if you don't see that the bad defense was there, yes, it's a Hail Mary. Both plays were Hail Marys. All 25,000 touchdown plays that Aaron Rodgers has thrown a Hail Mary for, and he's gotten 90% of them. What?
He's only thrown like 2.
But he's thrown like 50 and got 49 of them.
No, he didn't. It's like 2.
He's like less miles on Hail Marys, dude. I will say this, man. Fantastic ending to that Georgia Tennessee game, man. I mean, there's a lot of people that were questioning if Eason can throw a football. Well, he can throw a football. There's no question about that. Can he learn to play the football game a bit better? Absolutely. Will he be something to mess with next year? Of course. The problem is, and it's still the problem, and it's going to be the problem until they get it fixed, Charles, in my eyes, and that's that defense. That defense sucks. They're not listening to anything Kirby Smart brings to the table. I don't think they bought in on it fully, or you would see they're starting to. I can see that they're starting to because they made that game at Tennessee a lot more exciting than it was at Ole Miss. I give them that. But, I mean, to me, there was just too many questions in that Georgia game.
Better than they did against Ole Miss.
Huh? What'd you say?
I said, I told you they were going to play better in that game than they did against Ole Miss. Look, they played okay defensively.
Charles,
did Tennessee
lost 45-14? Of course they're going to play better.
Patrick, you didn't watch the game, man. You were on the road. Patrick, you were on the road, so you don't know. Well, he was on the road. He was on a road trip. So, I mean,
it don't matter. That game at Ole Miss, dude. Look, that game at Ole Miss, let me tell you something. They played so bad that you can't go below rock bottom. There is no way but up at that Ole Miss game. So, yeah, they're going to play Tennessee better. By that much. The defense is horrible.
I don't think the defense is that bad, man. They had a bad play. There was bad defense on that play. But Georgia played pretty solidly. I mean, one of the touchdowns was off of a Jacob Eason fumble. So, I mean, the defense was all right. Can they improve? Yes, definitely they can improve. And, I mean, the team in general can improve. But
and they
see credit for being able to pull it out.
Yep.
What else caught your eye?
North Carolina and Florida State. That was an amazing finish. An amazing finish, dude. What was that field goal distance?
54 yards.
54 freaking yards, dude. What? I had so many Florida State fans going, yeah, we got this in the bag. Yeah, we got this in the bag. I was like, bro, there's 10 seconds left. There's 10 seconds left. Did you not watch what happened in Georgia? There's 10 seconds left, bro. You might want to put that on simmer. Fantastic game, though. Tar Heels played very well. Florida State.
Not as good as the poll said.
Not as good as the polls say. So, and another game that caught my eye was Michigan and Wisconsin. That was a fantastic defense display on both of those teams.
Throwback. One of those throwback games where it was some defense. You don't see too many of those anymore. So
it was a good game. Oh, and that Georgia Tech Miami game. It took Miami a couple quarters, man. I told you that was going to be a good game. It took Miami a couple quarters. They finally put Georgia Tech at rest, but it took them a couple quarters. Just saying.
Well, I got a couple. First of all, I got to give Washington credit because I predicted Stanford was going to win that one, and Washington came out and smashed them. 44? Was it 44-6? 44
Something like that. Here, let me see if I can find it real quick.
Yeah, well, I think it was 44-6,
I
and
don't need to look it up. I know you probably got it. I think we're good. 44 to
but
6.
man, but man, either way, Washington came out and made a statement. It was a statement.
Huge statement.
And I mean, we thought because we were wondering about Washington. They had played some cupcakes, so we were wondering just how good they are. And I guess this is what they've been building towards, to get that roster to be able to compete. And in that game, they just looked way faster than Stanford too. I mean, they made Stanford look really, really slow. Another game, Louisville and Clemson, man. And the Louisville and Clemson game, that was a classic. That's an instant classic. Yeah, Clemson, they jumped on Louisville. They were leading 28-10, and they had Lamar Jackson frustrated, bottled up. Man, they came after him with some pressure, blitzes, outside blitzes from corner safeties, and some inside pressure, getting the push with the line. They had Lamar Jackson pretty well bottled up. Second half happened. Lamar Jackson got loose. 26 straight points for Louisville. And then Clemson got it back together. Deshaun Watson made plays when he had to make them. So that was a good game. But I tell you what, man, Louisville definitely didn't hurt themselves. Even though they lost, they ain't hurt themselves. They are still very much in the picture for a playoff berth. Very much.
If you're gonna lose, this is probably the final week to you that you want to lose in. I mean, they can still definitely make the playoff picture. You know, they're gonna have to run the rest of the board, you know, and they quite possibly can, but they're gonna have to run the rest of the games and do their thing. But yeah, I didn't get to watch much of that game. I watched very little. I wish I would have got to watch a little more, but road trip, you know how it is, man. I didn't get into Tampa until 1 o'clock, 2 o'clock that morning. So, but I mean, from what I saw, there was a lot of highlights. I saw Clemson, man, when Louisville put up those 26 straight points, dude. Whew, man, I was like, what? Whoa, calm down. What? I had to go back and look at that again, man. They put 26 straight points. I was surprised. Because I thought that Clemson team was going to be, you know, I thought they were going to have it on lock. The way they played Louisville that first half, man, come out and do the same thing, man. They couldn't do it. But yeah, it looked like it was a good game. I do have to say this, but Oklahoma State and Texas, man. Dang it, Texas making me look bad, dude.
I told you. Look, I mean, Patrick, man, I was hoping you were right, but I know our defense has some issues, man. You think Georgia's defense has some issues? No, dude, they got nothing on us. I'm sorry.
That's true.
We have given up 100 points almost in the last two games.
Yep.
About 99 points we've given up in the last two games. 50 against Cal, 49 against Oklahoma State. And we got the Red River Shootout coming up. Ugh, goodness. Yeah. And that reminds me. So what else? What do you have coming up this weekend? Or what are you looking forward to on this weekend's action?
This weekend, man. Let me pull it up here.
I mean, you already know what I'm looking forward to. Hopefully our defense gets fixed, but
dude, Texas, they gotta have this win, man. They got to have this win, or Stan might be right, dude.
Might be Oklahoma State.
Might be Oklahoma State. Yeah, dude. With LSU and Florida being postponed, I mean, I'm hoping Georgia gets back in the win column. So that's number one. I say the biggest game that I'm looking for. A lot of y'all might say, "Oh, Patrick's about to pick that Tennessee, Texas A&M." No, dog. Alabama and Arkansas. Alabama better be ready, dude.
Dangerous game for Alabama.
Very dangerous game.
And that's my actually that's my upset alert right there.
That's
Alabama
mine.
better be better.
That's mine. That's the reason why I brought it up before you did. That is my upset alert. Alabama better throw up 40 points on this team. If they throw up 40 points on this team, I will be very, very surprised. I think that this game is going to be like a 24-27 Alabama. I got Alabama winning. I do put them on upset alert because this game would not surprise me to watch Arkansas win. It wouldn't surprise me at all. Next game would probably be the Tennessee Texas A&M.
Who do you have winning that one? I'm interested.
Tennessee better learn to play a first half game, or A&M is going to run that butt for them. I can tell you that right now.
I think
I'm probably going to pick A&M. And this is if Tennessee decides to play on the first half, they have a chance, but they're not. I got them. I got A&M winning, and I got A&M winning pretty handily. I'm going to say 34-17. I think Tennessee has enough in them to put 17 points up in the last 2 seconds of the fourth quarter. So their second half team, they're not going to be able to play a second half game and win this game. I say 34-17. I don't think it's going to be that close. I think it's probably going to be like 21-0 going in the half. 17 is going to be given to them because it's already 34-0.
Yeah, I got A&M winning handily too. I just think Tennessee's luck gonna run out, man. You know, they said these slow starts, that just not. That's not gonna cut it, man. Especially when you're playing A&M this week. You have Alabama next week. You better get off to some better starts. Of course, you know, Texas and Oklahoma looking forward to hopefully Charlie Strong, because there's a lot of heat, of course, coming down on him now. Down in Austin, a lot of people kind of wondering if he's going to keep this job again. He's just going to have to go back to this drawing board, and he's pretty much on the last leg. If he's saying he's going to call the defense, then dude, that's pretty much it. When you start demoting other people and saying you're going to start taking over, you don't have a leg to stand on now. It's got to get done.
Yep.
So hopefully we can get that defense straight, but I think we'll show up. We'll beat Oklahoma. I'll go.
I think you will too.
I'll go. Oh man, it'll probably be.
Can we shoot out?
Yeah, but you have a 40-37, dude. Maybe
40-37. Okay.
And then Alabama and Arkansas. Yeah, that one's the upset alert. I have Alabama winning. I'll go 26-23. There'll be some crazy score like that, man. 26-23.
Dropping 1 point on each one of them.
Yeah. Okay. Well, no, this will be my bottom. This will be my bottom one. All right. 26-20.
26. Okay, I like that. I like that score. I got 27-24, man. I think it's going to be Alabama. 20 seconds left on the clock, something like that, whatever. And 35, 40-yard field goal wins the game.
So I can see Alabama having a 26-20 lead, and Arkansas is driving a bit of a state.
Yeah, it can happen too. I got one more game, man. I got to pull out. Florida State and Miami.
I knew it. Mark Richt. Yeah, I know. I knew it.
Well, this is a funny thing. I got Florida State winning.
Do you?
Yeah. Florida State has just dropped 2 games. This is one of those old-fashioned, I don't care who Florida State plays, Florida State's going to win.
They're going to be motivated.
They're going to be highly motivated. They're not going to want Miami to be the one that wins. I'm gonna throw it out there. I got a blowout, man. I got Florida State 35-3.
35-3? No, dude, no, not down in Miami. Miami's gonna show up, man, because see, Miami wants to prove that they are back and they are arrived. They tried to restore that the U with Mark Rigby in there. So I think Miami's gonna show up. And yeah, I think I'll pick Florida State to win too, but it'll be a lot closer, man. I'm going 30-26. I'll go with that. Miami's gonna show me, man. 35-3. No.
Maybe 35-7. Maybe 35-7. I think it's just one of those games, man, where it's just like Ole Miss, man. It's unfortunate that Georgia had them, but I don't care who it was. I don't care who played Ole Miss on that week. I don't care if it was Alabama. Alabama was going to get beat. Clemson would have got beat. Florida State would have got beat. I don't care. This is one of those games where Florida State's going to come out and be like, no, that is not happening a third time in a row. They're going to put it on Miami 35-3, 35-7. One of those two. 35-4. Hell, two safeties maybe. I don't know.
All right. What caught your eye in the NFL?
Are we talking about
last week?
Yes. Okay. How about Jacksonville and Indianapolis, dude?
See, the Colts are. Sorry, I'm sorry.
The Colts are not bad. Their defense is horrible. But I mean, I am not going to take this away from Jacksonville. I'm not taking it away from them. They played great. They came out. He spread the ball around. They played good, man. They played good. I'm not taking this away from Jacksonville. I think they played great.
You know what? No, I like Jacksonville. I've been hoping Jacksonville can come around and start to play better because I feel like they have the talent to do so. I think my thing with the Colts is just they're just so overrated to me, man. I don't know. I don't think the Colts are that good. I think they're still weak on the offensive line. They're weak on the defensive line. And everybody just thinks Andrew Luck is just Captain America and he's just going to save everything. But he can't save nobody if he's on his back all the time. So you got to protect the man. And like you said, the defense, So that's the thing with the Colts. Look, give Jacksonville all the credit. You're right, and I'm glad to see Jacksonville win. It's about time. But dude, the Colts I don't know that. It's just my personal feeling about the Colts. I just think everybody is waiting for them to be this big time team, and I don't think they're there, man. I'm not gonna put them up there to compete. Well, hell, I don't even think they're gonna win the AFC South.
That's true. You did say who'd you say?
Houston.
Houston. I mean, I agree with you. There's a lot of things that Indianapolis needs to work on. Like you said, that offensive and defensive line is just absolutely garbage. And I had the Colts, and Jesus, I didn't know their defense was going to be that bad. I mean, geez, they went out and got a few players. I thought they were going to be able to put something together. That defense sucks, man.
The lines. It's the lines, Patrick, because all the people the Colts have gotten, they're not helping on the line. Like
Carlos, they can send all 11 people, and they still can't touch the quarterback. It's the entire defense, man.
But they can't stop the run. See, that's the thing. Look, the Colts' problem. Even during the times when
13 people. Did you see the call with 13 people on the field like 3 weeks ago?
Yeah.
They still couldn't stop the run.
And that's the thing. But that's the thing. It's been like that since Peyton Manning has been there. I mean, it's ever since he left, they've always had trouble stopping the run. And on offense, they really didn't have much of a running game. They did a little bit. I mean, they had Edgerrin James. They were pretty decent there with Edgerrin James there. The year they won the Super Bowl, Joseph Adai was the guy who was the main carrier of the ball. They had a decent running game, but it's not enough to where you're saying you have to stop the run. You're going in there saying you have to take away the quarterback, and that hasn't changed ever since I can remember with the Colts. So I don't know, man. I just think until they get better on those lines, it's going to be the same thing. I have to give your Falcons some credit, man. They put it on Carolina.
Julio Jones put it on Carolina.
Yeah,
300
well,
receiving yards. Holy cow! And he only got one touchdown.
I know, but you know what?
Like
Well, Patrick, you have to give the quarterback some credit, dude.
he's spreading the ball around, and I'm quite curious why this didn't happen last year.
Well, I think last year you had a first-year coach, so just like the argument you made about Georgia, you had a first-year coach who was trying to sit there and put his system in place, wanted to run the ball a little bit more, didn't realize he had some other people, namely Roddy White, that he could get the ball to besides Julio Jones. So I think he said, all right, look, I have Matt Ryan here. Does he have to play better? Yes, he does. But we have Matt Ryan here. We have a few other people we can use, and we can implement the run still. Because they're running the ball pretty well still, too, with Devontae Freeman and Tevin Campbell. Or Tevin Campbell. Over here thinking about R&B songs and stuff. My bad. Tevin Coleman. Tevin Coleman. But yeah, Atlanta and Matt Ryan, 503 yards, dude. I mean, he's spreading the ball around. He's hitting other people. Yes, Julio Jones destroyed Carolina with 300 yards. But, I mean, Matt Ryan still hit 5 or 6 different other receivers.
Six receivers, 7 counting the running back.
So there you go, man. So he's still spreading the ball around. And, I mean, you have Julio Jones going like that, man. Look, Atlanta, their offense, going to be tough to stop. But
apparently,
they're they got to test. They got to test this week. They're at Denver this week.
Offense is, it's how bad that defense is. I mean, this is the thing with Atlanta. Atlanta is going to have to consistently throw up 35 plus points, or they're not going to win. They're going to have to do it. If they hit one game that is under 35 points, they'll lose. And you know, and I have to ask. I do have to say this about that Carolina defense. How in the hell are you going to let Julio Jones get that open that many times? I mean, he practically was running right up the middle of the field. Nobody was even guarding him. How many times did Carolina? I think Carolina played zone defense 90% of that game. You can't do that. You can't. You have to mix the defense up. You have to throw in a couple of nickel packages. You're going to have to throw in a couple of dime packages, and you're going to have to play man to man. You cannot do that on Julio Jones and expect to not see this man get open.
Well, they weren't going to play man to man because they don't have the confidence in their corners to do that. See, since Josh Norman left, they have their starting 2 rookie corners there. If they played man to man, then it probably would have been worse.
Charles, you got to throw some different looks, though, man. You have to. I mean, you're going to do it.
True.
You have to. That entire, like I said, dude, they play zone 90% of the time, dude. At least play 89.
No, I agree, Patrick. I agree. I do. Carolina has so many other problems on that defense, though. They're not getting the pass rush because, remember, that defensive line was really good for them last year. Mm-hmm. They're not getting any type of pass rush. Even when they send any blitzes, they're not getting any type of pass rush. Matt Ryan was clean. I mean, he would have been clean on a grass field. I know they play on turf in the Georgia Dome, but he would have been clean on a glass field. He got no pressure.
Was that one time?
Yeah.
One time, and I think he only had like 2 knockdowns.
Yeah, I mean, it was a lack of pressure. So, I mean, the Panthers going to have to fix some things, and the people, they just have to play better. They got whooped. I mean, Atlanta, they just took it to them. And Cam Newton got knocked out of that game with a concussion. I know people were over here talking about a helmet-to-helmet hit. Look, nobody. I want to state this. So nobody else has any type of, oh my gosh, you're just hating on Cam. No, I'm one of the biggest supporters of Cam Newton.
You are.
That you will ever see. He slowed down at the goal line. He coasted in, thinking that nobody was going to hit him on that 2-point conversion. He got blasted.
He
That's what
did.
you get. Run right through the goal line. Don't snowball it. Get in there.
You know what? But that's been a big problem through college and NFL this year. People thinking they're just going to coast in, like the Tennessee guy that Georgia blasted for that fumble. Yeah, dude, you can't assume that you're just going to get a touchdown. And then all this stuff that they're dropping at the goal line, you drop that you drop that ball when you pass the back of the end zone. Then you drop it. But dude, NFL and college has been lackadaisy this year, man. I don't know. Anyway, we're gonna move on. Next game, Buffalo and New England. Buffalo came out, man. They ready to play.
Real quick, going back real quick to the dropping of the footballs and stuff. I just think a lot of people are just in the hurry to celebrate. That's what it's just plain and simple. And when I celebrate, it's the me. Let me get on Sports Center and do a celebration instead of just going in there and holding the ball. I don't understand where that came from. Like
they getting on Sports Center, all right.
Yeah, on the not top 10 plays.
Yeah. What not to do.
Yeah, Buffalo and New England. Yeah, I mean, I don't know. I'll give Buffalo some credit. I mean, they had a good game plan and they came in there and hey, look, maybe New England isn't so good with dudes coming out of the stands playing quarterback after all. I guess you just have to have a legit defense.
I guess so. You need a defense that, and then an offense. I mean, I guess having the big dude with the shoulder pads with the spikes on it, playing your quarterback. Maybe you need Tom Brady. Just maybe. It's gonna be good to see him back, man. I'm kind of excited about him coming back and playing this week. So, yeah, it was an interesting week with those couple of games, man. But other than that, I really didn't see anything other than those 3 games, really.
Yeah, I'm for the week coming up, man. I got just a few games I'm looking forward to. I want to see Atlanta and Denver. I want to see how Atlanta plays up there in Denver against that defense. I want to see Cincinnati and Dallas. I want to see if Dallas can continue to carry this momentum with Dak Prescott and Cincinnati. Well, just really want to see if Cincinnati can get it together. They're another team that's overhyped too, but I think it'll be a pretty good game. And then yeah, like you said, New England, Tom Brady coming back in Cleveland, and the Giants and Packers. I'm a little bit interested in. I want to see.
What? You want to see how bad the Packers can actually beat them?
Well, hey man, I mean the Giants. Look,
don't you do it. Don't you do it.
What? No, don't do what? That's your division pick winner. Don't do what? I like how you're going to tell me, don't you do it. You picked them to win a division.
I did pick them to win a division, but they still suck. He's going to wax them, dude.
Well, look.
I told you, the division winner is going to be a default 8-8, dude.
Well, Patrick, speaking of the Giants, so we got to talk about Odell Beckham Jr. real quick. So this man continues to have temper tantrums on the sideline. And then he comes out and he has this interview saying, man, if I sneeze too hard, they're going to throw flags at me. And then he had another interview saying the game against Carolina last year tarnished his image. Patrick, does he just sound like a big baby? Is that
bleach on his head?
Yeah. so that's just screaming. Yeah,
that's just screaming, baby. Dude, come on. I mean, seriously, he's you know what? I mean, it's like this, man. Nothing tarnished his career except for his excessive whining. Look, I tell you what. Whine when you actually make it to the end zone and you do it consistently and you win, I don't know, more than 8 games in a season. Then whine. But until then, Shut up and play the game, dude. I get tired of watching him play. I don't even watch the Giants play because I can't stand his whining. I just can't stand it. I mean, he gets on my nerves, so I don't even watch him.
See, here's the thing. Here's the thing. If a lot of people want to say he's the best receiver in the league, that's not true. I don't think so. I wouldn't take him over Antonio Brown of the Steelers. I'm not taking him over Julio Jones of the Falcons. I wouldn't even take him over the dude for the Bengals, AJ Green. Wouldn't even take him over him.
Mm-mm.
I mean, Odell Beckham. Look, is he?
I'd take him
talented?
over Dez Bryant right now.
Huh?
I'd take him over Dez Bryant right now.
No,
But
but no.
Dez Bryant's injured.
Yeah, but that says right. I said Antonio Brown, Julio Jones, and AJ Green.
Mm-hmm.
Those three.
Dez Bryant's better than him.
He is.
We could probably pick a wide receiver on every Larry Fitzgerald.
Yeah.
I'll take Larry Fitzgerald over him. Kevin Benjamin from Carolina. I'll take him.
I mean, he just look. Is he really talented? Yes, a very talented player. But I mean, I just think, all right, he made that catch. You know the catch I'm talking about, the one-handed catch against Dallas.
Mm-hmm.
And after that catch, and everybody was just like, "Oh my God, that's the best catch ever, ever, ever." There's a lot of receivers making one-handed catches these days. So, sorry, I mean, was it a good catch? Yes, it was a good catch. Best ever? No, not even close. Not even because of the catch. Not even because of the situation it happened in. No, none of that. Nothing says best catch ever. Never.
You know what the best catch is? The catch that wins the Super Bowl. That's
the helmet.
the best catch ever.
Yeah. The David Tyree catch.
Yes.
But he just look, here's the deal, man. He made that catch, and then all this hype came at him. All the defenses, all the people who are going to be matching up against them, they're seeing this too. They don't want to end up on any highlight reels. So they're saying, hey, look, maybe we got to rough him up a little bit. He's having these free runs. Let's get on the line, beat him up a little bit. Well, now he's getting frustrated because he doesn't like to get touched. Everybody wants to say that Carolina Panther game was where he was exposed. I don't think so. I think that started happening way before that. Way before that. What the Carolina game did with Josh Norman, what that did, that verified it. That's what that did. That was certification. Him being kind of fidgety and edgy because he's getting beaten up. That was happening beforehand. That was happening during preseason of last year.
Yep.
So that wasn't anything new. People were trying to beat him up at the line of scrimmage because they didn't want to be on a highlight reel. They wanted to put some hits on him because he's not the biggest dude. So, I mean, Odell Beckham's got to know, look, he's going to be targeted to be taken away from the offense. And until he learns how to deal with that and deal with that pressure, the pressure of playing in a big city like New York, well, until he's able to deal with that, then it's going to be the same thing. He just needs to grow up. Simply put, he just needs to grow up. And people need to stop coddling him and trying to play the woe is me card. No, he needs to grow up.
Yep, I agree. He needs to grow up and stop bleaching his hair.
And stop bleaching his hair.
That actually looks stupid, dude.
I mean, I don't mind the hairstyle. I don't. I mean, it's okay. I mean, it's different. I mean, I wouldn't do it, but I mean,
it's not okay, Charles.
It's okay. I mean, I don't have a problem with it, Patrick. I don't.
You may not have a problem with it, but it doesn't mean it's okay. It's not okay.
Well, it's just not okay because you don't think it's okay, Patrick. So that's your opinion. That is your opinion.
It's a good one too.
Listen, personally, I don't mind it. Again, I wouldn't do it. I wouldn't go out there bleaching my hair. But
I mean, I'm not bleaching my hair, but I can pull it off. It can't.
Well, Patrick, real quick before we wrap this show up, we have to talk about the Ryder Cup real quick, man. That was one of the coolest things I saw, man, was when Rory McIlroy for Europe and Patrick Reed for the USA was going at it. It was so funny because Rory made that punt and he started talking best to the fans. Did you see that clip?
I did not see the clip.
Dude, you gotta look at it. You gotta find it, man. He started talking mess. I mean, he was like, "Oh, what you say? I can't hear you. Where are you at?" He was talking so much mess. And then Patrick Reed came right back at him and made the punt. And then he looked at Rory and it was like, "No, no, 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 no." And then he was talking mess. It was so great. Look, you know us, man. We don't talk too much about golf on this show, man. But I just thought that was just real cool. The U.S. won the Ryder Cup. It was the first one they've won since, I think, 2008.
Yeah,
2008.
Was it 2008? I thought it was 2006.
No, 2008, man. Europe won the last 3 Ryder Cups. So, yeah, last 3 Ryder Cups before this one. But I thought that was cool. I mean, how they were just talking best to each other, getting hyped up, man. Rory McIlroy, like he lost his mind. It was so funny. He was, you gotta,
you know, he's fun to watch, man. He's fun to watch in any guy because I mean he does do a little bit of smack talk and stuff like that. So I like watching him.
Smack talk is good. Always good.
It's always good. As long as it's in good fun and that's what it was. I mean, I'll have to go back and look at it. Because I didn't see that clip. I got to watch a little bit of the Ryder Cup, but I didn't get to watch a lot of it. But I mean, it was about time that the U.S. won.
It's been a while.
It's been a while. It's about time they won. But yeah, I'll go back and watch that clip, man. We'll have to retouch on this. But I like watching McIlroy, man. He's a very interesting person to watch when he's playing golf, and especially now that his game is actually arrived. There was a couple of years ago when that boy just could not play. Started dating that girl, man, and all of a sudden his game went way up. Must be some good stuff, man. That's all I can say.
I thought it was reverse, honestly. when he was dating that girl, his game was garbage. And
no, he's dating another girl now.
Oh, well, after he stopped dating what was his name? Wozniacki, Caroline Wozniacki, his game
went way up, yeah.
Yeah.
he won like a major and everything, dude. He wasn't even qualifying for majors. He gets rid of her and he wins one. I was like, yeah, dude, no.
Yeah.
That girl's messed up like 2 careers, dude. Poison.
Jeez. Yeah. I mean,
just lives to see how many careers she can mess up.
It was crazy how his career went from there, man. I mean, look, normally it would seem that way. Like, all right, if you're dating somebody, oh, okay, yeah, I'm feeling good. Or Rory McIlroy in that particular case, the opposite. But
and then he started dating this other girl. She hasn't affected him, man. It doesn't look like she has affected him any, but only time will tell. Yeah. So we'll see. But he's fun to watch. I like watching him.
Well, all right, Patrick. Well, hey, man, we're gonna wrap this one up. Be sure to check us out again. Same thing I always say. Check us out: Facebook, Google Plus, Twitter, LinkedIn. We're all over that. Go ahead, check us out, and tell us how we're doing. Mean tweet us, whatever. Still waiting for that. Also, check out the blog site that I have. We'll write articles too. You're pretty talented over here, so go ahead, check out the articles.
Pretty talented in Dallas. You ain't that. No, I ain't writing no articles.
Okay, yeah. We're not talking about Patrick. We're not talking about Patrick writing articles. It's cool, but
yeah, I run my mouth and fix computers.
Yeah,
you do your thing.
Yeah, and yeah, and this is me. So again, hey, check out the blog site. Also, call After Press Share, and let me know how the articles are. Until then, everybody, enjoy the events going on during the weekend. Prayers go out to the people down there on the southeast, down there in Florida and Carolinas. You got Hurricane Matthew bearing down on the coast. So everybody be safe. And if you get the chance, Check out the football, college and NFL, and the Major League Baseball playoffs. Oh, and Patrick, next week, hockey preview. Hockey starts next Wednesday.
I'm ready.
So get on that, and then basketball will start, I think, in a couple weeks afterwards. So yeah, they got a lot of stuff coming up, but until then, everybody have a good weekend, a good and safe weekend. Take care.